Well, let's start with the fact that the police apparently had probable cause on 2 of the 3 charges, the 2 misdemeanors. On the other hand, Mr. Shivarani focused on the felony charge, which was the focus of the officers. In addition to that issue, he gave special attention to the felony charge for money laundering. According to Shivarani, the officers lacked probable cause for that charge for 2 reasons. First, they had no reason to think he knew the ring was stolen. Indeed, he said their claim that he admitted as such was an out-and-out lie. And second, they could not show, as in his view Ohio law required, that the ring was worth more than $1,000. Its value was far less, more in line with the $45 purchase price. So Shivarani concluded that his suit satisfied the without probable cause element of a Fourth Amendment malicious prosecution claim. Now, Mr. Shivarani's first point is easy enough. Why did the police officers think Mr. Shivarani knew beforehand that the ring was stolen? The second point is a little trickier. Mr. Shivarani claims that the value of the ring is far below the minimum value required by law. Mr. Shivarani claims that the value of the ring is closer to the $45 he paid for it than the $1,000 minimum the law required. While I'm no expert, the only relevant law I could find was Title 13, Section 1315.55 of the Ohio Revised Code, which reads in subsection 4, "No person shall conduct or structure or attempt to conduct or structure a transaction that involves the proceeds of a corrupt activity that is of a value greater than $10,000 if the person knows or has reasonable cause to know that the transaction involves the proceeds of corrupt activity." Now, there may be other statutes I'm unaware of, but it certainly seems that the minimum dollar value far exceeds the value of the ring. This leaves us with the heart of the case. Does probable cause for one crime justify the seizure for another allegation, regardless of whether or not there's probable cause for that other allegation? After the district court granted summary judgment to the officers, the Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit affirmed. It did so without addressing either Shivarani's arguments about the felony charge's basis. In the Sixth Circuit view, there was clearly probable cause to support the 2 misdemeanor charges the officers had filed. And because that was true, the court thought, the validity of the felony charge did not matter. So long as probable cause supports at least one charge against Shivarani, like his reception of stolen property violation, then his malicious prosecution claim based on other charges, like his money laundering charge, also fails. Or said another way, a single valid charge in a proceeding would insulate officers from a Fourth Amendment malicious prosecution claim relating to any other charges, no matter how baseless. I can see the logic of the Sixth Circuit until we consider what happened to Mr. Shivarani. Yes, he was arrested, which would have happened with or without the money laundering charge. However, he also spent 3 days in jail awaiting arraignment. Would that have happened for only misdemeanor charges? What about bail? Would his bail have been set as high without a felony charge on the list? Apparently, I was not the only one to think this way. In taking that position, the Sixth Circuit stepped out on its own. 3 other courts of appeals have held that the presence of probable cause for one charge does not automatically defeat a Fourth Amendment malicious prosecution claim against the absence of probable cause for another charge.